Ooh, like usual, having issues with where I want to put the camera. Showing up there, go to videos, and maybe do this. TAL complex. Yeah, they don't care. Let's see. Yeah, there's already 4 people in here. Here's what we're doing, guys. Welcome everybody. What we're doing is we're trying to figure out how my wife can load up the live stream on the computer that's right in front of her. What's up, Kyle? So that she can see the comments, so that while I'm rambling and forgetting to look at everybody's comments, she can stop me and be like, hey, so-and-so's asking a question. What's going on, guys? There we go. So, okay, so you can see this now. So there you go. See on the right there? Oh, Sheena, okay. So, okay, you have to say hi so that they know you're actually in here.
Hi.
Hello, she's here. She's real. Okay. What's up, Chris? What's going on, man? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? So I can see the comments on my phone. What's up, Scott Simmons? I can see the comments on my phone, and my wife can see the comments on the laptop, and we are both sitting here celebrating. Thank you guys so much for being a part of my channel and helping me get to 5,000 subscribers. I can tell you, legitimately, I never, it's like I said in the video, I don't know that anybody starts stuff like this and really expects it. What's up, Pocket Tank? Mine says she's not real. The irony. Oh man, Shaker, what's going on? What is going on, Shaker? I have a little bit of everybody's knives that have you guys who have lent me stuff here recently that I'm still hanging on to. I tried to get a good mix of everything. I see you figuring out how to close. Yeah. I had so much trouble with this. And I was seriously for like 10 minutes after I was like, I am not going to look at the instructions. I'm going to figure this out on my own. I was like, what sort of black magic is keeping this together? And then I realized this isn't just any lanyard. No, it's actually the mechanism that helps you close it. Yes, there we go. Got it figured out. Okay, let's take a look here. 5,004 subs. Yeah. Actually, I think it's... So YouTube changed that thing to where it's it's not a live feed for everybody, but I can see it live. So it's actually like 5,040 something right now. Let's see here. Hang on. Let me make sure. Whoops. John Duncan, hey MC, congrats again. Playing with my customs from Jeff. He's awesome, and I need to get that Pocket Bushman. It's dangerous. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little uneasy playing with this. Thanks, Shaker. Guys, what's up? What, are you laughing? I have no idea what she's laughing at. Super chat's up. If we get to a point tonight where everything's kind of crazy, I've instructed my wife, to because I start yelling and waving my hands around, you guys know, and I don't pay attention to everybody who's asking questions and talking, and then I get really behind in the comments, and I said, if somebody asks a really important question, and of course, if they utilize Super Chat and they decide to donate, make sure you say, hey, honey, shut up and answer this person's question. What was in my pocket when I hit the 5K mark? The Spyderco Para 3 in Maximate. This is not an obligatory carry. You guys know that my wife gave me this knife for our anniversary, along with the Microtech SOCOM Elite and the Lion Steel TRE. This is quickly becoming my very favorite EDC knife. Now, I'll admit, right now it's tied for pocket time with the Shaman, which for whatever reason is not out here. Let me get the Shaman out here. It's tied for pocket time with the Shaman. But man, that carry size and weight is just awesome, especially with that MXG deep carry clip. It's super cool. Oh, he has deeper pockets. The wife's watching. Got to make sure she knows he carries it. Which one? What is it? Which one? Can we see the? Oh, the Reich. I want to say Ruiki. So I hope that they did not donate all those budget knives that I unboxed. They're letting me borrow them, and I have this out here along with their FH11 and this guy, which I hope somebody will clarify on. These are my 3. I've gone through quickly, and these are the 3 that stood out to me the most, mainly because this one gets so much attention. But man, this thing is sweet for a budget knife. Holy cow! What did she hit? Did you see PT?
Yeah.
What does Mrs. MC carry? What do you carry, honey?
The Kershaw Blur.
The Kershaw Blur. That was my present to her a long time ago. And she now compares, she has the S30V Blur. She compares everything to that knife. Everything is just not quite as good as the S30V Kershaw Blur. She doesn't give a crap about my hinders. She doesn't give a crap about any of this. If it's not basically like the Kershaw Blur set the bar for her. So if it's not that, she's like, I'm not interested. Let's see. What else? What other questions do I need? Why no fixed blade? I've got a beautiful. Is Kyle Roberts? I'm pretty sure is in here. This will be unboxed on Monday. Oh boy, this is a sweet fixed blade, and we will be comparing it with Kyle. This is very securely positioned off camera, has its own special place, just like the Ranch Bowie, which is over there tucked away in its own new special place. It will be compared with the Ranch Bowie. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, there's Kyle. Absolutely. Yeah, Dark Timber. I'm not super familiar with them, so the unboxing happens, but I got to do some research on that so that I can talk about it. Somebody wants to know. The Auto. The automatic is. This was a gift from Jeff. This is the titanium variant of the Strider SNG, the ProTech collaboration. Beautiful. Let me show this off again. The reason I haven't used it yet. Can we focus? Well, you're gonna have to take my word for it. Number 2 of 40. This right now is a Safe Queen that I want to carry so badly because the ergonomic lines are so close. You ever hear the Shaman called the Strider Co? Look at the ergonomic lines there, almost identical. Oh, Spirited Whiskey. So Spirited Whiskey, I've had a lot of conversations with. He's got some sweet stuff. So he's got a couple chamoises, and he has a, oh my gosh, what's the one I was drooling over? Is it the Stitch? Yeah, I think so. Landed a 3-inch Gareth Bull chamois for my wife. Oh my gosh, wow, what a gift. She was, do what? The little blue one. This is by David Carver, and I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is, but it's a all-time Mascus frame lock with a Damasteel blade, and it actually flips. It's very cool. I want to finish Spirited Whiskey's comment here. Gareth Bull chamois for my wife, Leslie. You know what? Hey, did I turn that super chat thing on? I don't know. Did I do that? Maybe that's something I have to turn on. I can't remember. She was so jealous of my 3.5-inch one. It was the first and only knife model besides Keen she had. I had to have named it Shimmy. Nice. Guys, how's Ricky, the buddy you had when you were... He's doing great. In fact, I mean, there's a 50% chance he'll be in here tonight. Hey, can somebody tell me, is the super chat thing up? Like, where you got... I mean, like, no, I don't need anybody to feel obligated to donate. It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know how this works. Now we both think, hey guys, is it on? We're not 100% sure. Can Oh my gosh, that looks so bad. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, but that mermaid is tainting the other night. How dare you? How dare you speak ill of my queen? Actually, well, no, I can't say that. Do you know the joke on this? Okay. Yeah, my wife's like, what? Your queen? Yeah, no, she stays. She's an integral. Should I say integral or integral, honey?
Integral.
So my wife insists that the word is integral and not integral. I like to say integral, but she says integral. That's just how it is. No idea what's happening. Randomly saw it on Instagram with 600 people traveling. Wow. Wait, you want a spot for the dark timber knife? Is that what you guys are talking about? A lot of times these guys have conversations like they forget that I'm here. Yeah, well that's what I do. That's why they come to watch. The PMP, yeah. So this is Shaker. So I told my wife, I said, pick any knife out of anything that I've got in the collection or from everybody else's knives that are sorted on these tables. I want you to pick one to take a picture for Instagram. We let people know that we're going to be doing these live streams together. And she picked the PMP Revenge. She was like, I like this one. So what was the reason that you picked this one?
It's pretty.
Because it's pretty? Okay. Well, it's a pretty knife. That's why. My wife is not a knife person. My wife appreciates at a base level essentially the craftsmanship that goes into something. She has developed a specific taste that is, would you say it's obligatory? What is your taste even based on? Is it obligatory? Basically because I can't stop talking about it. But she will be like, yeah, I like that one. Or no, that one is poopy. I don't like that one as much, you know? John Duncan says PMP Revenge I found on a couple channels. This was one of the first. The knife is a sexy knife with those lines, but it's so buttery smooth. Yes, it is. Spirited Whiskey, my wife laughs and or yells at me daily for my knife hobby, mostly my constant flipping of blades in the evenings. What do you have to say about that? What would you say on a scale of 1 to 10? How bad am I about flipping? We watched The Blacklist. Anybody else watch Blacklist? The most recent conversation that my wife and I had during an episode of The Blacklist was, "Can you please stop flipping your knife? I'm going to freak out." Oh my gosh. Let's see. What do we got going on here? That poor Delica needs a new home. I can tell. Yeah, this Delica here might have a new. Oh, Robert Reyes. Okay, so he makes a joke every Sunday because it's his. He's the guy who. Yeah, he watches the knife guy on the porcelain throne. Hey, Mrs. Complex over here. Guess where I'm at? He's watching this live stream on the John. Rez, you do a healthy amount of pooping. Let me say that. How often does she ask you to spend more time with her and less with your knives? I would say that is every now and then something that we talk about. That's something somebody brought that up in the comment section of a video. They said you should do a video about when enough is enough, and I know that's like, oh my God, blasphemy, right? To my audience. But that is actually a good point. If those of us who have this affliction, right? I mean, we know what it's like to be tainted with the poison of and the euphoria of knife collecting. But there is definitely a time management factor that has to play into everything. Reyes should install a barber strum next to the camera. Someone said, "Great job pooping." Did you see that? I'm so excited that she decided to do this. You know, it's not that I wait. Okay, he's asking another question. Why do you thumbs down, Mr. We talked about this, Robert. We talked about this before we did that. I was like, he's gonna ask you in the video why you're. There's some jackhole likes to thumbs down every single. There's one guy out there that's like, I don't like this guy. I'm gonna dedicate all my time to thumbs downing every single one of his videos. It's probably not. It's probably legitimately people who are like, nah, this isn't for me. But the joke is it's the same person and nobody knows, and it might secretly be my wife. You know, she's gonna basically tear my channel apart one minuscule thumb down at a time. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Waptucci, I don't know how to pronounce your name. You ask about that Hogue Ritter more than anybody else. Literally every video he's like, how's the Hogue Ritter? It will make you happy to know that the Hogue Ritter is very well loved. It's got some nice battle wounds on it. And I carry it all the time. I will bring it out here just for you. Just because I have gotten used to seeing your name associated with a question about that Hogue Ritter. Probably the no sheet guy. It was me. A bucket of candy 05. It was me. Thumbs down on the vids. Oh, there he is. Definitely. She's checking to make sure the thumbs down button works. PT won. PT, did you win the? What did you win, PT? You were one of the winners, right? Remind me again which knife you won. Can't remember. Do you want to tell the story about why you chose the Para 3 for a gift?
I can try, but I don't remember all the.
So the story goes that
Damon steel, is that the right word?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It was Maximate.
Oh, sorry.
So the story goes that I was rambling. I was like, I want Maximate. Why don't they make more stuff in Maximate? I want Maximate. And she was sitting there going, oh, geez, I don't know, honey. Like, you know, like, I don't care, but you're talking. So I'm like, PT won the Mordax, guys. PT is the guy who won that knife that I talked about for 5 months on this channel. PT, congratulations. How do you like that thing? Just real quick before we tell this story about the Para 3. Are you enjoying that that sweet piece? Oh, PT, thanks so much. Thank you for doing that. You didn't have to do that. And Paul Munko, he's what does it say? I missed it.
Love what you're doing, man. So happy to see you.
Oh, hey. Paul Munko, TV, hey, if you guys get an opportunity, I believe that his Instagram tag is the same thing. You guys should give him a follow. He's very interactive with me on Instagram, and I really appreciate that. Not that it's an obligatory thing for you guys to be consistently interacting with me, but Paul's on Patreon, and he's constantly interacting with me on Instagram. And believe it or not, I enjoy that. I don't think anybody's annoying when they contact me on Instagram and are like, hey, what's up? You know, I like that. It's fun. So I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you very much for the donation. Absolutely. Super chat button works too. There you go. Yeah, those two have confirmed that. Thank you very much. Spyderco Shaman scales. Where can I buy some? As when you find out, did anybody see my meme with Flightanium that they actually responded to today? The meme, if you didn't see it on Instagram, it was a meme of me sitting on a bench with Jesus Christ, and I was like, listen, I know you're a busy guy, but I'd really like some contoured titanium scales for my Spyderco Shaman.
Are you Peaches?
And then Peaches, I don't know. We'll get back to it.
Sorry.
And then, no, it's okay. And then Jesus was like, listen, all you can do is hope that Flightanium sees this meme and gets the hint. And they did. I mean, I tagged him in it, but they actually responded and were like, what do you want? You just want titanium? And I was like, yeah, I mean, brass and copper would be great too since you guys do that. But fingers crossed that Flightanium actually does pick up on the Shaman. They probably have. I mean, I have to assume, since they do a lot of popular models, that they you know, the Shaman's at least on their radar. But oh my, can you guys imagine? I'll tell you what I would do. I'd send it off. I'd immediately take those scales, and I'd probably install and play with them for a little bit, but I'd send them off to whoever's doing the textured titanium scales for the Chavez 229, that guy that's always on Instagram, and he's doing that checker pattern, and I'd make it look like this. Oh, I'd die. What's an important question? I'm sorry, I've been rambling for a while. What's a question I should have answered? Have I used anything by what? No, I haven't, Paul Munko. I've never heard of that maker before. I don't know who that is. I'll have to check them out. Oh yeah. So the story on the Para 3, before I forget, I was sitting on the floor and I was like, no, I want Maximate, but Spyderco only have FRN, right? Now I had seen the Para 3 in this color, but I was assuming, because I had seen the Crewwear in that same color, I was assuming that it was the Crewwear version. I didn't know that there was actually a G10 version of, because I don't like FRN, I want a G10 and Maximate from Spyderco. And I did not want the PM2, and it was always sold out anyway. And I was like, they don't make one, you know? And then my wife was like, well, I found it, you know? I mean, she didn't tell me, but, well, she told me, I guess slightly, she was like, I just found one. And I was like, don't tell me what it is. And then when I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm stupid. Where is my bag knife? The bag knife actually belongs to Shaker MT now. I ended up selling that or trading it, or I can't remember what the deal was, but it's now Shaker MT's knife. Let's see. Wait. At PTs, yours have front to back blade plate. I don't think the I mean, he'll have to answer, but when I had that thing, it didn't have any front to back blade plate. The way that those plunge locks work, I would imagine, is just given how they operate, I would imagine they lock up more and more and more solid over time, but I don't know 100%. What's that? Okay. Cold steel is on. Yeah. This guy. Oh my gosh, this thing is a sword. This is really cool. Wow, I love this thing. The Spyderco Cat. No, I have not seen the Spyderco Cat. What is it? I will have to look it up. We'll have to remember. And is it worth buying? I don't know, Lindy. I'm sorry. We'll have to look that one up after the live feed. But anything that's made by Spyderco, I will at least glance at. Dang it! I wish Hey, Chris, I want to tell you this. This guy. I mean, I'm gonna review this here soon. The Steel Wheel Tenet. Oh my gosh, dude. This thing is sweet. I love this. This is absolutely gonna play a role in my quest for the perfect budget knife series. It's running on phosphor bronze and has a very, very good setup. Very good blade shape as well. I wanted to talk. I was hoping Neves would be in here too. Jared and Kara, so I could talk to them about some of these other budget knives. But anyways, open it. Which one? You want to see the current Excalibur? Here's the full tie Gen 6 spear point in 20 CV. This is currently, in my opinion, the greatest folding knife that I've ever handled. There's a lot of other folding knives that I've handled that are amazing for different reasons, but when it comes down to my preferences and everything that I love about folding knives in general, I think the XM18 3.5 inch non-flipper spear point in 20 CV is my favorite. But I also have, for completely different reasons, I also enjoy this full titanium fatty black stonewashed Wharncliffe that I have not reviewed yet, that I have really pimped out. I even have a ZT0393 pivot in there just because it's modular and it goes with my theme of the black hardware on one side and the bronze hardware on the other. How nice is that? I love that. Look how fat that stock is at 187,000 thick stock. I love that. Wife had to run upstairs real quick to check on one of the kids, so it's just me at the moment. Wait a minute. Lindy, what'd you say? Oh, okay, cool. Then I'm curious about your thoughts. I'm assuming, but I kind of think Spyderco. I'm sorry, I missed something. Sorry, I missed it. Lindy, were you talking about the Spyderco? I'm sorry. I get really rambly, and I'm also, I'm currently hydrating. I'm currently hydrating myself. So my mild ADD, rambly style, and overhydration are causing me to not pay attention a lot. It's almost 50 people in here now. So I got to read. Mark Grant, which Reeves did you get? My favorite Chris Reeve knife is the large Inkosi, but I think Chris Reeve, any Chris Reeve knife is pretty good, definitely. The Cat, and I've never used CTS BD1. I have not used CTS BD1 either. It seems to have fairly positive reports for it being kind of on the lower end in terms of the steel spectrum, but it's not low end like bad, like 7CR. It's not like bad like 7CR, but CTS BD1 is like what Spyderco uses on their lightweight golden color. Like if you buy a lightweight Manix 2, you're gonna get in CTS BD1, so it's probably at least decent. Wait, sorry, I missed Mark's, Mark Grant hasn't replied yet. Anyways, wait, there it is. Tanto and Kosi, small, because that's all I had enough for. Hey, you know what? I don't think you can go wrong with a Chris Reeve knife. Honestly, I just don't think you can go wrong. That's cool. I hope you enjoy it. I imagine I really like, everybody has different opinions on different build qualities for different models. I think the build quality for the Inkosi, both large and small, is the most superior of all the folding knives. A strong argument could be made for the Umnumzan, but I think in the end I would pick the Nkosi build. That's just me. Huh?
Caitlin said hi.
They're in here?
That's
Oh.
what said hi, Peaches.
Hello, Mitch and Caitlin, specifically. What's up, MC? Congrats on a 5. Thank you so much. I can't believe it's so weird. Like, I mean, if I could go back in time and tell myself, like, hey, did you know, like, you're actually gonna make it to 5,000 subscribers? I'd be like, what?
If you had to pick just one knife that can cost no more than $35, what would it be?
One knife, no more than $35. Oh my gosh, probably not the not the FH11. It would have been the FH11 up to some point, but what's the newer one? It's basically Gonzo's Gareth Bull Shamwari. Is it the FH41? I honestly Deuce Greg said unsub. Oh man, Paul's still giving money.
Is the CRK31 drastically different than the 20?
Good question, Paul. I have not handled that yet. I'm waiting for somebody to go, I've got a 31. You want to review it? I will review that thing. I don't know that it's drastically different. I know they changed one little thing. They put the ceramic detent ball interface in there, and I think that was a smart move for the Sebenza. I mean, the Sebenza was drastically due for an update, but it's one of those things like don't fix what isn't broken. It's just one of those little tiny details that makes it better in kind of a trivial way, but in a way that everybody wants to see. I mean, that's an innovation that's specific to Chris Reeves, so I think it was a smart move. Anyways, under $35, I believe it's the FH41. It's whatever inspired Gonzo to do a very Gareth Bull Shamwari looking knife. That is one of the best knives for the least amount of money I've ever seen. You know, even if Gonzo's heat treating their D2 to 59, I'd still take that knife. Definitely, I'd prefer that it was 61 or 62 like it's supposed to be. Mr. Greg, I always gotta look at Greg's comments. You hit 5,000. I didn't think you could do it.
Sort of backhanded.
But hey, that's Greg. I appreciate that. Some backhanded humor. What else do we got? What's interesting to you, honey?
Poor Gear says jumping in to take the grass 5Ks.
Oh man, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Geared. Brewhound,
Yeah,
what's
what
up?
my favorite knife was.
He asked what?
Somebody asked what my favorite knife was.
By what? You want to know what her favorite knife is for Carrie? She's gonna say,
The Fantoni.
oh no, yeah. Do you remember what model it is?
No.
So my wife's favorite knife of all time for aesthetic reasons, and I think just for holding it too, is the Fantoni HBO1. I think she, besides the Kershaw Blur, which is her only real carry knife, and it stays in her purse most of the time, the Fantoni HBO1 she compares all other folding knives up against. Robert, what's the drink of the night? It is starts with the first word starts with a B. And the second word starts with an L.
What? Oh.
What the beverage that I'm consuming. I don't know the rules. This video isn't monetized. I mean, the money that's made here all comes through Super Chat, but I want to try and keep it. I want to keep. I want to keep it PG. You know. Oh, whoops! No, it's not. It's not Black Label. It's a light.
Just opened that.
Yeah, there you go. No, it's all right. I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be Dr. Thunder. You know, we could be drinking Dr. Thunder in here. No, if it was Black Label, I wouldn't have made it 15 minutes. I can't. I would like to say that I'm really tough, guys, but I'm not. I actually am, and not very good at drinking really strong beverages. What's a question that looks good to you? Oh, they do that.
Do you want to review a real?
Yes,
Okay.
a real Shamwari.
What did you
So yes, and I'll tell you what, Spirited Whiskey and I have already been talking about that. He has a large. He's got a small and a large, and I guess he gave a small. I don't know if he gives the small one to his wife, but I believe Spirit and Whiskey and I are going to work something out where I can do that. But we need to talk a little bit more. We need to make sure, that we can get it here and he's okay with it. I mean, those are expensive knives, and I don't want to make anybody feel obligated to do anything. But he and I'll talk, and maybe that'll be something that we look at. Huh? I know. Yeah, I know. But I had somebody else offer before that, which is I never would have guessed I'd have two different people offering to let me review Gareth Bull Chamois. That's a really, really nice custom. What? What show me?
No, what you just said.
Oh. Oh, let's see here. That's rad to hear. I'll have to check the mount because the Quest looks so clean. The Curtis butter, it's glassy smooth. Yup. So yeah, I actually still have Jeff's. Jeff is I believe busy at a football game or just he's doing something out of time, so he may not be in here tonight. But I believe I still have one of Jeff's Curtis's here. Let me find it. Yeah, here it is. I'll tell you what. Whoops. I found the zipper pouch rolled off there. The first time I saw an F3 was on Jim Skelton's channel, and I did not like that pivot. I didn't like it at all. The truth is that after handling it, this is one of the finest knives in its price range. I mean, this, seriously, like the build quality between the F3 and the XM18, I mean, this just has a few more elements that would indicate a full custom, but like you have all the same elements. Bearings, steel lock bar insert, over travel stop, perfect ergonomics. In fact, extremely similar ergonomics, extremely similar size, very similar build quality, dependability, blah, blah, blah. I love the F3. The pivot's a little bit weird, but what's that?
I know you love the Shaman. Are you planning on getting them my Curtis sprint run? And Paul Uncle gave you $4 to go buy another bike.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, it's just that's super nice. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate that. All of any money that's donated through Super Chat is going to go right back into the channel, so I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Paul's such a nice guy. Yeah, I really do want the Crewwear Micarta Shaman. I have funds kind of tied up right now. My Patreon supporters know that I am funding a new batch of stickers. There's also, as you guys can tell, I have a lot of stuff that is not mine sitting on this table. I need to get it reviewed. I need to make sure that funds are ready to go for shipping and insuring them. So I want to make sure that all the really, really important stuff is taken care of before I start thinking about buying knives for myself. And anytime that does happen, if I do that, I probably won't buy a knife for myself with channel funds. I probably will sell something out of my personal collection and use the funds that come in through the channel only for basically supporting and lubricating the cogs of the channel. So I would love to, but I have to manage my funds correctly. Can somebody tell me, is that Crewwear Shaman that has the micarta scales, is it tumbled like the original Shaman, or is it satin finished? Because the only thing that bummed me out about my M4 Shaman, I got the M4 Shaman Sprint, it was satin, and it wasn't chamfered very well up here because the tumbling knocks these corners down a little bit, and the M4 Shaman, it would kind of have the sharp corners. It would be nice. Oh, let's see. Congrats, but I got to go Medellin and Miss Metal. Hey, thanks for stopping in, buddy. I really, really appreciate it. Definitely. It's satin finish. I'd still be tempted to get it, but I really wish. I like the tumbled finish that's on the. I don't know if my live stream's recording in enough detail, but I really like the tumbled finish that's on the Shaman. Ideally I would have either Crewwear or S35VN or M390, one of the steels that I, named in my favorite steels video earlier on today, in a tumbled finish with textured titanium scales. That would give that run for its money in terms of my Excalibur knife. Honestly, I might name that exact knife that I just described Excalibur over this guy right here. As much as I love this guy.
Paul Monco wants to know what kind of music you're into, and somebody wanted to see my face, but I ignored them.
Oh. Paul Monco, I like very aggressive metal. I like rock music of all types. Truthfully, I will listen to anything from the Eagles to Born of Osiris. But I really, really like hard rock, and I really like really heavy metal. I have my limits. I don't like Cannibal Corpse, but I like Black Dahlia Murder, and I like Within the Ruins and Born of Osiris. Let me think of another band. I like Ice Nine Kills a lot. You know, I like some of that kind of punky stuff, but yeah, I like really aggressive music like that. I also like symphonic music, like especially the really intense movie scores. I like to listen to that stuff, and I like really heavy dubstep as well. The song that we played at our wedding is by I know, yeah, put me on the spot. Oh, whoa, we got to take a moment for Geared Towards Gear. We'll come back to that. Geared Towards Gear bought me a moment. Oh my gosh, what was the
my
question?
Hall of Fame ultra budget folder. Is that Kmart?
Yeah.
Kmart. I can't read.
The Dozier.
Okay, you can use this to buy one if you don't already have one, or buy a case of Bud Light. Congrats.
Oh, thanks, man. That's super nice. Thank you. I need to try out a Dozier. Everybody's been telling me, try out a Dozier. Why haven't you talked about that yet? It's a popular knife. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will.
Paul says I'm giving you more money for Within the Ruins than the
Oh, I did. Paul Monco, do you share the same musical tastes as I do, my friend? I've looked at your artwork, and I feel like if you and I do share the same taste in music, you might have that same influence might come out in your artwork. I think that's impressive.
They're trying to help you.
What are they doing?
They're telling you the song.
Wait, oh.
They're being cheaters.
They are. Let me see where they at. Yeah. Volbeat. Oh my gosh. But the actual song though. Hey.
It's also in there.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Lola Montez. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know why I brain farted that, but yeah, my wife and I our song is well, we technically have two. No. Yeah, I know. No. For those of you who know what Lola Montez is about, or you go listen to it and you're like, oh my God, that's their song? Jeez, that's terrible. No. Actually, our real song is an Ed Sheeran song. Yeah, I do like some Ed Sheeran. But our kind of party hard, like if we go on a road trip and it's just me and her and we're listening to music, we always listen to Lola Montez by Volbeat. I do like Hatebreed, definitely, and I do like Lamb of God, absolutely. Sorry, Peaches. Had to give him some help. That's so fun. Thank God that you did. Oh my gosh. Oh, Charles Holland doesn't like Volbeat.
How do I kick him out?
She does actually have the power. I think you actually can just right-click on his name. No, I'm just kidding. We wouldn't kick you out for that. Volbeat is a throwback. I used to jam to. Oh yeah, Hallelujah Goat is one of my favorites. I've had you listen to that one. You like that one, right?
Okay.
So my wife likes some heavy music, but definitely not all. Pinterest is trying to give me I'm not even on Pinterest anymore.
Ed Sheeran is my favorite.
Ed Sheeran is her favorite. Gotta run. My pregnant wife needs a jar of pickles. I'm on a mission now. Hey.
Oh my gosh, get peanut butter.
Get peanut butter too, yeah. Hey, Geared Towards Gear, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yeah, absolutely priorities, buddy. I totally understand. Have a good night. Spirited Whiskey said, at Kyle Roberts, dude, if you, for any reason, don't fall head over heels in love with your 3.5 Shamwari coming to you, please either give MC first rights or refusal of...
Okay, Paul was really funny.
What did he say?
Did you peep the new Infant Annihilator album? That thing had me pooping.
No, I haven't, but I will now. My wife thinks you're funny, Paul. Had him pooping. Oh my God, that's funny. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Wait, John Duncan says, "Got to run, you guys. My son has a mission for cutting bike." Hey, thanks for popping in, John. Definitely. Just noticed you closed the. I did. I figured this thing out. Who was it that left somebody left a comment that cracked me up. That right after the video, because I just left it open. I was like, well, I guess so. And somebody was like, some say the Pocket Bushman is still open to this day. It is a little scary, but I'll tell you what. If I needed a super durable camp knife, I mean, you're not gonna unlock it unless you pull this thing. So this thing's good to go, and it's really light. I'm trying not to cut myself on camera while I'm hydrating. What's another? What question should I answer?
Still laughing at Bushman.
You're still laughing at Bushman? You think that's a funny word? Okay, so just so you guys know, my wife thinks Bushman is a funny word. Bushman. Pocket Bushman? Does that make it worse?
We're talking about playing with it.
We're talking about playing with my Pocket Bushman. For whatever reason, my wife just thinks that's the funniest thing in the world. I need to get more into giant mouse knives. So the one that I had, I liked. It didn't send me over the edge, but I definitely liked it. And I got to looking at a bunch of other giant mouse knives. I was aware of them. I just hadn't handled a bunch of stuff from them. And so it was kind of like, I know who they are, but I haven't really looked through the line. And I looked through everything, and I was like, they got a lot of stuff that looks really cool. So maybe I should, definitely.
What's the name of the brass monstrosity?
I was hoping somebody would ask about this. This is the Artisan Cutlery Proponent in brass that weighs 14.8 ounces and has drop shut action and flips like a dream. This thing just breaks all the rules of the knife world right now. And Artisan Cutlery was like, yeah, we know what people want us to make, but we're going to make this. And they made it really well. This thing's awesome. Do what?
You're just getting louder.
Oh, yeah. Unless my wife stops me, I just keep getting louder.
Do you still have the Hinder Eclipse 3-inch thinking about getting it?
Definitely. I'll tell you right now, definitely get it. Get it. It's Hinder's best small knife. No, I don't have it. I wanted to get it back to Scott Whittington really went out of his way to send me that and the 0223 at the same time. That's a lot of money out of his inventory for brand new knives. I really wanted to review them and get them back to him quickly, so that's what I did. I kind of dedicated last weekend to carrying each, just very mildly, of course, and kind of getting my thoughts and understanding them so that I could review them. But yeah, the reviews are up for both of those. The 3-inch Eclipse is the most stout, dependable knife. I absolutely would recommend it all day, especially at the price. What? My wife's laughing at something else now. You guys are cracking her up. What?
I said would rather a Bushman than a giant bush.
Gross! Oh man, the new giant mouse Sonoma is indeed made by Riot now, and for $265 as a steel. I will check that out. Spirited, given what you carry, I will check that out. If you say it's a steel, it's $265. I believe you. There's Chris's comment.
He wants to know, do I really need the Strider, as I already have Hinders and CRKs?
I've been asking myself that a lot too, and ever since Strider closed their production doors, it's made it that much harder, but that much more tempting. It's like, wait a minute. So all the Striders that are left are either semi-custom or full custom. I mean, I understand there still might be like the very tippy top of production, but yeah, I don't know. If you really want to complete the trifecta physically and mentally, technically you need a Hinder, a Chris Reeve, and a Strider. What?
If you had $100, what knife would you buy?
If I had $100, I don't know. What knife can I buy, honey, for $100?
I don't know. That's his question to you.
Oh no, I was joking around. The joke there was I'd have to ask my wife first. If I have $100 right now, if I had $100 right now, the knife that I'd buy, if I didn't already own it, wait, hold on. Oh, honestly, I'll be honest about this. Here's what I'd buy. Just because I'm curious about it, just because the entire world seems to say that it is the the godsend of EDCs, probably the lightweight Para 3. Despite my distaste for FRN, I want to know what that thing's all about. I probably would buy a lightweight Para 3. What's next?
Somebody asked if you got rain, like we did in Cass County.
We got fog. We got heavy fog today. We didn't really get rain. I mean, we got a little bit, but it's mostly just been. It's been a really nice, like, it really felt like fall today. It was like, what was it, 68 degrees, something like that? Wow. Let's see here. Oh, I'm so behind. I was like, why aren't the comments moving?
Paul wants to know where you're from.
We are from Kansas. We're in Hays, Kansas. We're almost in the heart, like literally the dead center of the United States. Right in the middle of Tornado Alley and the middle of nowhere at the same time. 5 inches of rain in an hour? Oh my God. That's terrible. I hope you guys aren't having flood. I mean, I hope if your basement's not flooded. That sucks. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe they needed it.
Do you think that smoke is planning to attack your table again?
Smoke. You guys want to see where the wound is? You see that little dot right there?
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that's where the smoke got my table. Probably, I just need to remember, about like depth perception and how it's different through my camera. Because I pointed it like this and I was like, yeah, right into the table, and it made a permanent wound right there.
Spirited Whiskey and Snow, you drink J. Ryder whiskey from Casey, good friends of his own.
I'll tell you what, I would love to learn how to enjoy whiskey, but the truth is I haven't acquired the taste yet. I still mix, if I drink whiskey, I still mix it with soda or usually like Coke or something like that. But I would love to acquire a taste of whiskey to understand the quality of what I'm drinking. But I think I've heard of that before. I think somebody else has brought that up to me. I don't know. I wish I could get into it, definitely. Or maybe I should.
Somebody wants to know if I've always supported your knife passion because his rolls her eyes when I talk about knives.
What, have you always supported my knife passion?
I mean, I never made you sell them.
That's right. She has never requested that I sell them. So what? When we were broke, when we were broke as a joke, yes, she never made me sell them. So yeah, she has technically supported my knife hobbies for their entirety.
I bought you
She's bought me 3 knives. My wife has bought. I'll show all 3 of them here, because we've been married for over 3 years now. She bought me the Para 3 in Maximate, the Microtech SOCOM Elite, and the Lion Steel TRE Titanium and M390. Some pretty amazing knives, definitely. And they are all in my top drawer rotation. Legitimately, not obligatory. Legitimately.
I don't think you like that Lion Steel.
I do I carry the Lion Steel every time we go to a formal, anytime we go to, we don't go to a lot of formal events, but anytime we go to like a kind of a what's the word I'm looking for, a fussy shindig.
Chris says he lives 25 miles north of New Orleans.
Really?
We are
going to New Orleans in when?
February.
In February. Maybe we'll have to say something. I'm going to go to Mardi Gras for the first time ever in February, so I'll have to let you know when we're up there.
Chad wants to know if you told me what to buy or if I chose.
If I told you what to buy? Oh, she chose. That's the rule. I can't have a say. All I can do is just do my normal talking, and then she collects information from what I say, and then she puts it together.
Somebody wants to see if you spend as much money on my ring as you do knives.
I'll admit I did spend a hefty chunk on my wife's wedding ring. In fact, truthfully, before we got married, I literally spent everything in my bank account to purchase that ring for her. That was that's substantially more than I have ever spent on a knife. That was back when we were absolutely broke as a joke, and I said, "F it, I want to marry this girl, definitely."
Oh my gosh, Emma Edwards has been married 28 years, 7 months, and
Holy cow, congratulations. That's awesome. If you have any tips. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, they think Jeff donated my ring.
Oh. No, Jeff has donated a lot to this channel, but I can assure you he didn't know us back then. But that's a fair assumption given as much as he's donated to this channel, he and Shaker. What?
I've gotten a couple great customs for that ring.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. What are your initial thoughts on the dark Simber I sent? It's obviously I mean, I'm gonna guess. I don't know a lot about fixed blades. I'm gonna guess this is a full custom fixed blade. I mean, it has to be. Number one, I'll tell you what really stood out to me initially was the fact that you had lime green G10 like layers underneath this part right here. Is that what this is? It's got to be G10 underneath here. And then this looks like G10, and then you have these, I don't know if it's ironwood. I don't know my woods, but the contouring and the inlay, how they've separated all this is all seamless. So, I mean, ergonomically, this is a masterpiece. And it's absolutely something that I could take out and use. I mean, I wouldn't know exactly how to use this and exactly what it's meant for, but this is a very, it's a very aggressive, very deep clip point blade with a recurve. And I mean, you can see here, the blade stock thickness it can't be more than 145 thousandths, 155 thousandths. The flat's only, I mean, it's not super prominent. So it has a crazy ways to drop to the edge. And then I felt it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a laser beam. This thing's crazy. Is it a custom piece? It's gotta be. Yeah. It is G10. It was supposed to be orange, but blade. You know what? I'll tell you what, man. Kyle, I would have gone for green over orange. Some people really like orange. But if it were mine, I would be like, absolutely. Absolutely. This is sick. I love it.
You're wrong.
What? It's not custom?
Orange would be
Oh, orange? You like orange better? For I thought she was saying, I'm wrong, it's not a custom. I was like, how do you know? My wife thinks that orange would be better than green, but I like green better than orange.
Your list says, as much enjoyment as I've received from your work, I'd like to take this opportunity to donate my giant mouse Clive and OD Green micarta to you, friend. You can review
Oh,
it.
that's so, you don't have to do that, man. That's so nice. I definitely am interested in reviewing more giant mouse knives, but that's unbelievably nice. Thank you so much. You and I can talk a little bit after this, but that's, again, I know I say this a lot and I sound like a broken record, but I am beyond infinitely appreciative of anybody who does anything like that for this channel. So thank you so much, man. That's really cool.
Paul says he's a ginger and hates orange.
Paul, I'm a ginger too, and I don't like
You're
orange.
not. You're
I'm
always though.
I'm what my wife and her family and me all refer to collectively as a day walker. I'm half ginge. I have the skin and my beard turns a little bit red, and then I've got like the dirty brown hair. But like if I step in the sun for 30 minutes, it's a 3rd-degree burn. Absolutely.
Paul's trying to steal your donation.
What? Oh, they have their own thing going on. These guys are just they're half in here to hear me ramble, but they're really all these guys are in here to talk with each other because it's mostly the same guys every
Chris
time.
said he was married 21 years earlier.
Oh, that's cool, man. Congratulations. We're going for it. My wife and I are going for 140 years. But what WTF, man? I've got red hair, but I got brown eyes. I lost the genetic lottery. That is weird. How did that happen? He's got the dominant eye color, but the indominance.
It's more common than
Is it?
Than Piper. Piper's got blue eyes. It's the least common.
Interesting. Well, I thought that generally, I thought it was like if you have red hair, you're more likely to have blue eyes, but I guess that's not the case. I guess it's still it's the least likely. Okay, interesting. Wait, you mean you were supposed to pay attention to the MC? What? Wait. Hey, is Stassa 23 in here? Did I miss that? And David Vanderstelt, hey, what's up, buddy? Is Stassa in here?
I have a dark Italian complexion, but my accident took that away.
Oh, well. Okay. Stassa, I'm going. There he is. Stassa 23. What's up, man? Thanks for dropping in. I watched a whole bunch of your stuff immediately after Slice It Dicey found my channel, and I realized, like, okay, here's the network. Here's like all the guys in this network, and I watched a whole bunch of everybody's stuff. But I want to say I watched like 10 videos in a row of Stassa. Definitely.
Okay, you have 10 seconds. Pick your top 3 from that stash right there. Go.
Top 3.
10 seconds.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I mean, in terms of like what I'm actually going to carry and use, Pair 3 Maximate, Hinder XM18 3.5-inch spear point, and the Hinder XM18 Fatty Gen 6 Warncliffe, definitely. Oh, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's really nice. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, those are the 3, definitely. The Warncliffe may not be the most usable blade, and it may not be the most ideal geometry, but I trust Hinder's build quality just above and beyond. Thanks, Steph. So that means a lot, man, because I really like. I mean, legitimately, I looked at your channel structure and I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. You know, this. I mean, these guys in this network, you know, these knife guys that are running these channels, like they clearly know what they're doing. And I'm gonna take notes and try and figure out how to do this for myself. So that's cool, man. I appreciate that. Oh, you gotta get your hands on a Hinderer, man. I mean, here's the thing. Literally, the only reason not to buy a Hinderer, and it's a legitimate reason, the only reason not to buy one anymore is because they cost a lot of money. And that's, I mean, if somebody's like, I don't want to spend $425 on a knife, I'm like, listen, that's legit, you know, definitely. Thank you, Stassa. Thank you, man. That's so nice. I appreciate that. That's really, really cool of you. Yeah, you know, I mean, if you're prepared to drop that kind of money on a knife, in my opinion, at the $400 mark, there's no better knife. I mean, close. Definitely Chris Reeve, Strider, definitely is up there. You know, and I've only handled one legit Strider, but I'd say, yeah. You know, the problem is they shut their production doors, so you're definitely not going to be paying no $400. Holy cow! Jeez. G-Man Black, that was really, really generous of you. Thank you so much for doing that. That's just really cool. You guys are just unbelievably generous. But yeah, you know, if you're going to spend $400 on a knife and you're like, what do I spend this on? You got a lot of choices, but I will always recommend Hinderer. I mean, they have only gotten better. You guys know this and these two right here, number 22 and number 23 for me. I have owned more Hinderers than anything else, and I just love their quality. I love the ergonomic design. I love the philosophy behind them. I mean, you can tell Rick Hinderer is you know, he's in it to make a quality tool, but he's also in it to make sure that everybody gets what they want. You know, these are two drastically different Hinderers, but they both do the same thing. I don't mind paying as long as I love the thing. Exactly. That right there, what Pocket Tank said, that is the essence of all of this. Anybody who's like, you know, there's always that guy in the comment section that's like, I would never pay more than $20 for a knife. And he's not wrong. You know, we all know that. There's nothing wrong with that. But listen, if it makes you happy and you can afford it, and the funds don't screw up anything in your life, then yeah, we all make purchases that make us happy, you know? My wife's laughing at me. She can tell you. Yeah! Seriously, thank you so much to everybody who's donated. That's really cool that you guys bothered to do it. So, really, I'm just flattered that people want to come in here and talk. There's like 60 people in here right now, and I'm just so pumped that you guys wanted to drop in and celebrate 5,000 subscribers with us. That's really, really cool, but the fact that you guys are like donating, and I mean, people are being like incredibly generous, that's just beyond cool. Thank you so much to everybody who's doing that. And thank you to everybody, again, I don't do this enough. I feel like I should do it more. Thank you to everybody who's supporting me on Patreon. You guys are awesome. Each month I'm like, some of these people are going to drop off. Why would they keep doing this month after month? And like almost nobody drops off. Everybody is just like, yeah, you know, no problem. They just keep doing it. And so thank you to everybody who's doing that. I really appreciate that.
You have to answer a hard question.
Wait, what was the question?
What kind of hinder would your wife be interested in as a female perspective?
You have seen a lot of hinders, honey. Yeah. So what she just mouthed to me and did not say it out loud was, "I hate them all." Come on. I mean, like you've seen. I mean, is the honestly?
I know they're nice knives. I understand that. I just don't like the look of them.
You don't like the? Is it?
They're like really gear-y.
Oh my gosh! Pocket Tank just donated a bunch of money. Pocket Tank.
It's because I don't like hinder.
He donated because you don't like hinder. Pocket Tank donated a massive amount last time, and you're doing this again, buddy. That is so nice of you. You are completely maxed out on donations. You have gone so far over what you know. I wouldn't have expected a single dollar from you, buddy. Just the fact that you wanted to come in and talk is cool. But I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's amazing. Thank you. I'll make sure that it all goes to good news. Jeff's in here? What's up, Jeff? Hey, man, I didn't think we'd get to see you tonight. What's up, man? We were talking about you and all the amazing knives that you've let me review and the things you've donated to the channel. Pocket Tank still kidding. Oh, okay, all right. Thank you, man. That's so nice. So nice. Oh my gosh. I can't see. I was like trying to explain to my wife. I was like, they don't. I mean, they're a community in my comment section, but collectively, these people are amidst a larger community, amidst like a network of these different channels, and it's maybe I'm just being prideful amongst this community. But I feel like Knife Guys and this particular community, this weird corner of YouTube, we're just better than everybody else. You guys are just nicer people than the other jerks on the internet. I mean, seriously, like, I don't feel like I witnessed this type of thing in any other part of the internet. It's just everybody's like, here's borrow this, here, have this, you know, like everybody's just, wait, what? Oh gosh. Okay, Pocket Tank, you are the man. You are the top donator. You're good, and I'll give you that permanent throne. You know, even if somebody for whatever reason, you know, goes above me on there, you officially, it's being said right now, Pocket Tank has won the donations. He's good.
It's sad that he didn't see the alarming swish on the table.
Oh wait, here, I'll get it out because that's one that I have filmed a review for, and I am very excited about. Oh, hang on. Let me clean this guy off.
Hi, Jeff.
Shit.
Nice to meet you.
He said nice
to meet you.
Oh yeah. We talk about you a lot in this house, Jeff. Here's the swish. This is one of Jeff's knives. This is one of Jeff's knives. That's one of my favorites, definitely. But Jeff knows that I am a big fan of Olamic Cutlery. Here's what I really like about this. Because of this groove all the way down, the reverse flick is wherever you feel like putting your finger. You want a cat spot like this and put your finger all the way down there, doesn't matter. It's coming, definitely. And you can do your thumb flick too. It's wonderful, wonderful design. The ergonomic lines are perfect. I mean, this thing is ready to go to work. I mean, the lines make sense with your hand. It looks very angular and weird and very stylish, but it was very well thought out. I really like this knife. Where can we put this? All right, honey. What's the next?
Lavender Pants wants to know what my hobby is.
Can we just talk about how cool of a name Lavender
Pants?
Pants?
It's really awesome.
Both of us.
I have purple pants on.
My wife actually is wearing purple pants. So Lavender Pants has won the award for most interesting name on the live stream. What was the question?
What my hobby is? I have a really cliche hobby. I'm pretty into CrossFit.
She's pretty into CrossFit. You guys aren't. No one's gonna see us. No one's ever gonna see. Well, at least right now. No, I'm not gonna show. We're not gonna show our faces or anything. You're gonna have to take my word for it. My wife is in really good shape, and I don't have a lot of worries about her fighting off bad guys. Oh man, new spinner. I think so. What?
Pocket Tank is killing it. Here's another $5 Canadian, which is like 50 cents for you. Use my mom.
Hey, That's
Hey!
thank you so much. I appreciate that. I mean, I appreciate the humor in it, but the fact that you were willing to give is again really really cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm also pumped that I have fans in Canada.
They're the nicest people.
Who they are Canadians are seem to be from our perspective, even though we've never been to Canada, some of the nicest people in the entire world. They just seem, I mean, at least the cliche down here is that Canadian people are willing to do pretty much anything for anybody. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the perspective we've been given. Jeff, yes, I just got your message. The answer is yes. Very much so,
What?
good sir. Yeah, well, I can't, well, it's not a secret that
Oh, I'm sorry.
he's communicating.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, you have somebody from Mexico.
Oh, awesome. Hey, welcome. Good
And
deal.
the UK.
And the UK, awesome. I love that there's people from all over the place that are watching this, and there are even people who tell me like, you know, I'm using Google Translate to like translate this, but I watch your videos with the Thailand. Awesome. I feel bad for those of you who do have to use the subtitles. I can only imagine what the subtitles on YouTube does with my rambly craziness, but if it's, you know, if it's good enough for you to understand and you're entertained by it, then God bless you for sticking around. Costa Rica, awesome. Hey, I have to take a short break because I have to go to the bathroom.
Well,
so we're gonna
that's a
say,
weird thing to announce.
do you want to take over the live feed?
I'm pretty boring. They'd have to ask me.
Okay, so are you okay with that for like 1 minute and a half? You guys have 3 solid minutes.
Oh, no.
And my wife is gonna run the live feed. So here we go.
Ask me the right questions. I
You-
can answer those.
You have to stand up here and go to the camera. You can see the whole live feed in the camera.
Richard.
You're all right. There you go.
Tell us the newest craze in CrossFit. I'm not actually that good at it. I kind of just go to lose the baby weight. Oh my gosh, you guys are really fast. Oh, Neves Knives. I know who you are. I hear him talk about you guys all the time. What do I really think about the knife community and your husband's knife hobby? Well, to be honest, I don't really understand it at all, but that's kind of the case with anything people spend money on, isn't it? I mean, it took me a while to get on board with it, but when I met, well, I can't say his name, can I? When I met him, I was just graduating with a finance degree, and I wanted to get my CFA license, Chartered Financial Analyst, and that's several $1,000s a test, 3 tests. We had kids, so he watched our kids for several hours every day, every weekend while I studied. So it's just one of those things. I guess everybody has passions, and his is weird to me, but mine is weird to him, so we just deal with it.
You did it.
I did it.
You did it. Yay. You hosted a live stream. Awesome. Hey, Jared and Karen Neves are in here. Awesome. What's up, guys? How's it going? Did they come in right when you took over?
Yeah, they did.
I'm sure they're like, what the heck is going on? You did?
Yeah.
So that's another name that that my wife hears in our house is Jared and Karen Neves. They've been super cool, very supportive, and you guys, if you are not subscribed to Jared and Karen Neves, their channel, you guys are gonna hear their channel a lot in the next few weeks because of all the knives that they. Sorry, but inside joke here between me and my wife. That it was unrelated to what I was saying, but basically they have a bunch of knives that they have lent to me for review. A couple of them are actually on the table. Some knives that I'm really interested in and definitely going to review. So I'm going to be making sure that everybody who watches my channel knows who Neves Knives are and that they subscribe to that channel. So if you are not subscribed to Neves Knives, I suggest that you leave this live stream right now, get over there and subscribe to them, and then come back. Definitely. They're awesome. There are 71 people in here. Holy cow. That's awesome.
They asked me so many questions and I didn't answer any of them.
Oh. She latched it. Jared and Kara, she latched onto you guys for safety because I had to go to the bathroom because I've been hydrating. And a bunch of people asked her questions you didn't answer. Let's go back. Let's answer some. Because they clearly were like, he's gone. We can ask her.
They were trying to help me. Okay.
They were?
time about all topics.
Yeah.
Never stops talking.
The truth is, guys, is
It's
that
really loud.
the truth is that I do not change my personality for the camera. You guys are getting exactly how I really am in real life. I get really, really enthusiastic about stuff, and I yell, and my wife constantly has to be like, "Why are you yelling? I'm 3 feet in front of you. Can you calm down, please?" You know, and not like crazy, but I mean, like, I just get really excited. You know, I've got a lot of energy. Hey, thank you so much, Francis. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your last name, but thank you for that. I appreciate it. We're very excited, and we plan on taking this channel to the moon in a positive way. I'm not sure exactly what I'm saying there,
I
but
talked about getting my CFA. And
Oh, you
so
did?
That was. So thank you.
yeah. So my wife is really smart, and I'm the dumb one in the relationship. I'm the dumb knuckle dragging brick in the relationship, and she, for whatever reason, saw some type of quality in me. But my wife is very, very intelligent and is. Wait, you finished all 3 of those, haven't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, she finished all 3 levels, which is and she did it, 2 of them, level 1 and 3, while she was max term pregnant. So that was pretty cool. Paul Munko's still donating. What a nice guy. And just pictures of little daggers. Thank you. Super nice.
Paul said studying finances and end up with a guy spending hundreds of dollars on metal sandwiches.
Yes, yes. That's my wife taught me how to balance this and make sure that this was all controlled financially. Without her, this would be a complete mess, and I would just not know. I would not know what to do. Excuse me. Stasa23 says, "I love seeing wives that are supportive to the hobby, and even cooler with couples like at Neves Knives who share the hobby. We need more like them." Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. Just so you know, did I say to you that Stasa23 has his own channel, and so does Neves. That's just so you know. Stasa23's got his own channel too. Yes, I'm 100% in support of that. That's very, very rare for a couple to both be like knowledgeable about this knife stuff, and it's awesome. Given the general positive nature of this community, that's healthy. And I have said this on live streams before. And despite me always being very, very hydrated during these live streams, I mean it. I really do. I think that's awesome, definitely. And I have already talked with my wife about going to Blade shows. She's like, if you keep growing, you're going to have to go to these shows. And I was like, that means you're going to have to go with me. So at some point, we're excited to meet a bunch of you guys, definitely. They want you to flip a knife? Flip a hinder so that you can prove that you can do it.
But
This is a Gen 6. Let me show you guys, for those of you who have never handled a Gen 6, my wife is going to flip a hinderer to prove to you that anybody who's nervous about hinderers and whether or not they flip because of the whole Gen 4 debacle, you can do this.
What if I don't?
Well, you got to keep your fingers off the lock bar. Demonstrate for them. Turn it over and show. I've told her you got to keep your fingers off the lock bar. Now, what you're going to do is build up that kinetic energy, right? Turn it over.
In fairness, I've had beverages.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't do it.
It's all right. There you go. She did it. Awesome. Ironbound84, thank you so much for the donation. That is awesome. I appreciate it. Again, I just, it's funny because I'm always like, hey, super chat's up, and all funds donated will go right back into the channel. But every time I see that, it just gives me this warm, fuzzy feeling. And I'm like, that's cool. People care. That's awesome. And it really is supportive. Like, that kind of stuff really does help. It's expensive to ship some of these knives back, to make sure that stuff like, Harry's stuff and Jeff's stuff and Neves Knives stuff and Kyle's stuff, it's all protected, And Spirited Whiskey, if he's going to let me borrow some of his stuff, I mean, definitely, that can be expensive. Oh my gosh, look at this. You guys are so nice. Pocket Tank, why are you still? You're good, man. Pocket Tank to me is already sitting on the Iron Throne.
Mr. McKenzie.
And Mr. McKenzie, oh, congrats on 5,000. I plan to win the Native Chief next week. Hey, thank Chris Rodriguez for donating that. Guys, hey, both of you, Pocket Tank and Mr. McKenzie, thank you so much for your donations. You guys are awesome. Yeah, actually, Jeff, I would like your autograph if that's okay. Even just being the channel that you sort of are vicariously controlling with your knives, I would like your autograph, definitely.
Somebody wants to see what you store your knives in.
Oh, so it's I don't know, here, you know what? I think I I'm going to tilt this arm up so you guys can kind of see, because it's right over here. Here it is, this thing, right. Can you see, does it look weird on the,
No, but your beer.
oh, the beer's in there?
Fuck, thank you.
It's this right here. What'd he say?
He gave you $1.
Oh. It's this right here. My wife gave me this. It's multiple drawers. And let me see. Let me keep tilting up here. Oh, that's okay. It's multiple drawers. So there's drawers here and here. Here. Each one of these is a different drawer. But yeah. That is what, oh, it says rotate device. Let me make sure that the aspect is actually correct when I put this back down. Did it go floppy? Did it go crazy? No? Okay.
Juice Fry gave you 99.
Oh, 99 cents. Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh.
You have a video on that cabinet, yeah.
What?
No.
I don't understand.
No.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I do. I'm sorry. I understand it. Yes, I do. If you guys ever want to see sorry, hang on a sec. My phone seems to think that I really need to rotate the device. There we go. So I'm gonna fix it real quick. Wait a minute. Who's Katie? Who are we talking about here?
She's been talking to you.
Has she? Hang on.
Said hi.
Katie Porter. Hey, Katie Porter, sorry. I just realized you're carrying on a conversation with Jeff, and I was unaware of it. But I feel like there's a lot of side conversations that I'm completely unaware of. I mean, like, when I look at my analytics, it says there's like 1.6% of my audience is female. But that's a lot bigger than it was just like 5, 6, 7 years ago. I love that we see more females interested in this hobby. I think that's really cool. Very, very healthy.
Where's the dollar?
The Dolica. Let's get that bad boy out. Honey, I don't think you've seen this one.
Call me honey.
I can. Yeah. Come here. Come check this out.
I can see it.
What do you think of this? I just let her handle this. So this is a lockback, right? So it has this sweet deployment. And watch this. This is a cool feature that you get with each Dolica. Even though it is locked, it's a trivial lock. It basically just does whatever you want it to do at any time. The Dolica, its rightful place amidst the grace of the Lady of the Sea there. No doubt about it. MC is always gushing about how nice and generous of a dude he is. Who am I gushing? I gush a lot. I'm not even sure who I'm at. Oh, Jeff? Yeah, Jeff and Harry are two of the most generous people I've ever met in my entire life. And I keep waiting, you know, I'm kidding before I say this. I keep waiting for Jeff to be like, "All right, so seriously, let's talk about this because I've given a lot, you know?" But Jeff never asks for anything in return. He's just like, "Nah, here you go, whatever." It's just stuff and things. Here you go. You can have it. And I never know what to do. You know, I'm just always in like a finicky, panicky, what?
I think it's leaking.
Oh, yeah, Pocket Tank, you're taking off, buddy? Listen, Pocket Tank gave more than he ever would need to give. That's so awesome. And before he leaves, just know he also has a YouTube channel. So while you guys have a moment before he leaves, I mean, everybody say bye, definitely, but take a moment, leave here, and go over to his channel and make sure you subscribe. The last time I did a live feed, we bumped him over 100 subscribers. I think he's almost to 200. Let's show him some love tonight, and let's boost his channel. There's 70 of you in here. I'd be happy, you know, if a bunch of you went over there and just helped him out. I think that'd be really cool, and I think he's somebody who's going to contribute a lot this community. So thank you so much for everything that you donated tonight. You're awesome, and I hope you have a great evening, man. Definitely look forward to seeing more content from you.
Please ask me what it was like to be Mrs. Big Time.
What? So they refer to me as Mr. Big Time.
Why?
They're joking.
Oh.
But like because they were around, like I remember when they started and they were sub like 100. They're over 5. Are you guys over 500 now? You over 500 subscribers? So they were around though, or they were like they had a lot more followers on Instagram than I did. In fact, they still do. For a long time, they were on Instagram a lot, and then they started their YouTube channel, and then they watched me explode. Kind of, they said yes. Yeah, they're gonna take off. And I said this to them, and I mean this. Watch, guys. Everybody who's in this live stream, I'm gonna call it right now. These guys will pass me. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. There's just not. They're unique. The fact that they're husband and wife and doing this. Who else does that? Frankie and Bird. That's it. And they're at nearly 40,000. I guarantee you, Neves Knives will pass me, and I will be 100% supportive and only bitter on the inside, not on the outside. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know anything, sorry.
But no, it's okay. But yeah, like the joke is they watched the channel kind of blow up in the last few months, and so they've been sarcastically referring to me as Mr.
He
Big
has
Time.
a huge ego. It's really
No, I don't. That's just my wife making fun of me. All right, I do have a teeny tiny. Who doesn't have a little bit of it? Everybody has a little bit of an ego, right? A little bit of it. That's why I yell so much. You know, my ego's so loud. Who else? Who else has got questions that look interesting? I'm kind of letting my wife control because she's got the laptop, so I'm letting her control the flow of questions and things. I love that. These people all know each other so well that they're like, oh yeah, there's that guy who's yelling is hosting the live stream.
I think somebody asked earlier if you wear socks to bed.
Do I wear
I
socks
don't
to
think
bed?
you do. Yeah.
So I wear socks for the first quarter of the night, and then I push my toes into they're dad tube socks, and I push my toes in the top of them and I kick them off in the middle of the night. That's a weird question, but I feel good about answering it.
They asked me.
Oh, they asked you. That's funny.
You just let your wife control the laptop. I have
No, listen. That laptop was for her to further her education far beyond college, which she has accomplished and is still doing. So that's 100% okay with me.
You don't wear Crocs, do you?
I do not. I would not. No, I would be upset about being dead and in Crocs as a joke. Like me being dead, looking down at my mortal shell in Crocs would be very upset about that. Definitely. Wait, what does Kyle say? Can you do live streams more often so we can all hang out in the comments more often? Haha. Yes, absolutely. I will try to do them more often. Now that my wife is, you have a growing confidence doing this, right? So you don't have a problem with this. I would love to say that I can do it every Saturday night. I will try to do these twice a month. I'm gonna try. I cannot promise it. I can guarantee you guys one live stream a month. I'm gonna try for 2. I can't guarantee it. But I love doing these. These are a blast. Absolutely.
I think the Shirogora Neon Zero is worth $7.15.
So I've never handled a Shirogorov, but I'll tell you what. Let me tell you why I'm on board with Shirogorov. I have heard that now it's originally it was Igor Shirogorov and he died, right? Am I wrong about this? Did Igor Shirogorov die and his brother now takes care of the Shirogorov knife company? They are mastermind machinists, and they're doing things that not a lot of other knife makers have ever done. And this my thought on this, was first created by watching channels like Jim Skelton and some other older channels, and it was solidified when I listened to the Knife Nuts podcast recently when the Knife Nuts guys were talking with the Holtz. The Holt Spectre. We haven't even talked about the Holt Spectre. Remember that I want to talk about the Holt Spectre. But sorry, I just exploded. My wife was like, "What are you doing?" So, and the Mr. Holt was talking about going to the Shirogorov table at I think at Blade Show, and just being like, oh my god, this is mastermind level stuff. You know, they do the simplistic aesthetic, but what's going on underneath things, I know they do that multi-row bearing system and a lot of stuff, and just the machine work that goes into these things. Do I think $750 is a reasonable price to pay for the Neon? From what I understand, yes, but it's not based on handling anything. Shirogorov is definitely on my list of things to experience. I think they're making some of the very best knives out there right now, despite their unique caliber. Do you have is there another question I should answer?
Are you planning to get an SNG if the opportunity arises?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Honestly, the only knife that I've ever seen that actually fulfills what I describe as Excalibur from my Quest for the Perfect Folding Knife series is I saw a custom titanium checkered pattern framed SNG with that Nightmare grind, the scallop or the compound grind, and it had the deployment hole in it and everything. I mean, it was just the most beautiful thing. I actually showed it on a top 10 video. I can't remember what it was, but it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life. And I know that I'll never actually get to handle that exact model because I think it was a 2015 model. But in any case, after handling the this version, the ProTech, I mean, this is like the pseudo. I mean, it is a Strider, but it's like, you know, like ZT made the 0562, and it's basically a Hinder, but it's not quite the real thing. This is kind of like ProTech's 0562. You know, it's not quite the real thing, and it's an automatic. After handling it, yeah, I want to handle the real thing. If I get an opportunity to get an SNG, I definitely will take the opportunity. I will tell you guys my new, and he did Stas23 confirming that. He says, I love my Neon, and yes, he died. That's sad because he's one of the most legendary knife makers in this entire industry, definitely. Spirit had a good idea. What was Spirit's idea?
I think you and some other knife community members should pick your favorite blades and then do an EDC cutting competition.
That is a very interesting idea. The problem is that I wouldn't know where to start with that. I would need to fall backwards on Super Steel Steve yet again to understand exactly how to test blades in real world scenarios. His channel is awesome for that, and I need to study his technique. I need to be what do they call that? The pupil, or the what's the Star Wars joke? Padawan. I would be the Padawan, and he'd be the Jedi. But yeah, that's a great idea. Absolutely, I would be laughably behind in my technique versus a lot of these other channels that are more experienced in that art. But I would give it a shot, you know, at least for the sake of entertainment. Can we talk about the freaking Holt Spectre for a sec? Oh my god! So I was aware of this. I watched Jim Skelton's video of the V2. I watched Nick's video of he had the V1 and then the V2 update. And then I learned about V3 and listened to the podcast, and I started looking, and it was the most ferocious obsession, like the quickest onset of that. You guys know that feeling, right? You see something, and you're like, oh, that's nice. Oh no, I need that. You know, like you guys are. My wife is like cringing hard. She's like, oh, he's doing this in front of a room of 50 people right now. But they've experienced me. They've dealt with the me that's on my channel. So don't worry. That hit me so hard with the Holt Spectre, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. I started looking at that thing and looking at all the options and looking at the blade, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's perfect. This is definitely the Holt Spectre is definitely a candidate for Excalibur, right? So that's my new obsession is the Holt Spectre. I don't even know what it would take to get on a build list, but if the opportunity ever arises and funds are available, rest assured I will jump on that. In the meantime, if anybody owns one and wants to let me review it, I would be very, very appreciative to get my hands on something like that. That would be super cool. Huh?
Coming up on 90 minutes here.
Oh geez, yeah, we are. Guys, so I told my wife, I said we're going for about an hour and a half max, and I was having too much fun, and I just realized that's where we are. Amazing night. Amazing night for the donations. Thank you to everybody who donated. You know, like I said, this is the third time now. I will make sure that all funds donated during this live stream will go right back into the channel and will directly benefit the growth of the channel. You guys are amazing. The community is amazing. My very specific community, the same people who come and join us for these live streams, you guys are the ones that are constantly commenting on my content. And I know that you guys are the ones that are watching, multiple videos a day and are commenting and just, being supportive. And I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much to everybody. This is awesome. Getting to 5,000 subscribers. Both of us are infinitely appreciative. I'm having a blast with this, like there's no reason to not do this and not continue to do this. So we're definitely going to keep doing this, and hopefully my wife wants to do more live streams. I can't promise she'll be in all of them, but did you have fun tonight?
Yeah.
Was it fun? You did pretty good. You even handled it while I went.
Leave me alone again.
You handled business while I went to the bathroom. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I feel like I just can't say that enough. Guys, I love it. You guys are awesome. That's going to be pretty much it for tonight's live stream. I almost did my outro. It doesn't make any sense. All right, guys. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Thanks for joining. We'll see ya. Oh, tomorrow you're going to get the Knife Guy and Quest for the Perfect Budget Knife. So I hope you guys are ready to watch that. Have a great night. We'll see you all tomorrow.